So now we want to talk about the suspended CBN governor, that is Godwin Emefiele, and its court case. And unconfirmed reports indicate that the embattled CBN governor has opted to settle out of court with the federal government. Our correspondent on ground has confirmed that Godwin Emefiele's case was not listed on the cases to be treated in court today. And one of the lawyers in the court who pleaded not to be mentioned revealed that the embattled former CBN governor has appealed to be given 2 weeks to settle with the federal government. This morning, joining me for an update on this is Marvelous Obomanu, News Central's correspondent in Abuja. Marvelous, thank you so much for talking to us. All right, well, Nigeria's suspended Apex bank chief, that is Godwin Emefiele, will be rearraigned in court this morning, according to what we earlier heard. But then we hear that he's not been arraigned. So I'd like you to just give us an update why that is the case.
All right. Of course, when we got to the court this morning, because as at 17th of August, which is Thursday last week, federal government, instituted a fresh case on the embattled CBN governor. They withdrew the former allegations, which is bordering on, illegal possession of arms, and ammunition, and then instituted a fresh case, which is bordering on fraud to the tune of 6.9 billion, and of course scheduled today as the day of arraignment, because he made an appearance as at that last week, but the second defendant was unable to make an appearance in court, and so that was why the matter was, shifted till today. So when we got to the court, first thing that, aroused our suspicion was that, whenever DSS is providing anybody in court, there's usually this, scenario. You will see DSS operatives armed to the teeth, plus other law enforcement agencies in the court premises to show that, yes, somebody is being arraigned in court. But when we got there, we didn't see any of those scenarios. So when we got to the third floor, court 27, which is where the embattled CBN governor was supposed to be arraigned, we just saw few lawyers, about 10 or 5 inside the courtroom with just few journalists. So usually when you enter the courtroom, and you try to cover a proceeding, you first of all go to the court registrar or the court clerk to check the list of, cases that are scheduled to take place in that particular courtroom. So when I entered the class office and then I requested for the document to see the cases that will be treated that day. So I checked, I scanned through the cases. I didn't see the Godwin Emefiele's case. So I now came out, and then we stayed for like 30 minutes. It was around 9:30, almost to 10. We didn't see anybody. Then the judge entered the court, to start another case. But Emefiele's case wasn't mentioned. So somehow we now got a tip that Emefiele is trying to enter a plea bargain with the federal government and asked to be given 2 weeks. Although it's still under the realm of speculation, we can't confirm that yet. But they are still unconfirmed cases that he's trying to enter a plea bargain with the federal government. And you can also recall 3 weeks ago, a federal high court sitting in Nigeria's commercial city, Lagos, had granted the embattled governor bail. But since then till now, he's still under the custody of the Department of State Services.
Obomanu, the possession of illegal arms charge was dropped, just as you have confirmed a few minutes ago. And you said that a fraud case has been instituted against him. We also read that there are fresh charges with about 20 counts that are said to have been filed against him. So as it stands, what is actually Emefiele being charged for? Is it only fraud, or there are some other cases that he will have to answer for?
I don't want to circumspect, because, of course, Emefiele was not arraigned. So we can't say for sure what the charges preferred against him are. But we're hearing his 20-count charge on the sum of 6.9 billion fraud that that he was involved with in 2018 and 2020 while staying in office. But just these things are just speculation, because for the fact that he was not arraigned, we can't say for sure what the charges preferred against him are. But some, of course, that the Related Offences Act 2000 says that if someone is being, confirmed, or the court, finds someone with such act guilty, he's liable to face a 5-year jail term. But all these things, we'll just monitor development as it goes. Anytime he's been arraigned in court, we'll know what the actual charges preferred against him will be, because it will be read in court, and then we'll know it's official. And then if the court indicts him and finds him guilty, then he's liable to face a 5-year jail term with his accomplice.
Obomanu, fine, that's been said. Then now that you have mentioned the fact that Emefiele is wanting to settle out of court with the Nigerian government, what are the feelers that you're getting maybe from legal luminaries within the court premises, probably feelers from what you're getting from other stakeholders who are actually interested in this case as regards the possibility of circumvention of justice? Because when we have sensitive cases like this go to court and you are having the person in question wanting to settle out of court, that would mean that there would be some sort of compromise on the part of the litigant and the defendant. So when we have circumvention of justice in cases like this, what do you think that would mean for the judicial processes in Nigeria?
Well, first of all, let's just talk about justice. Justice is, dependent on who is calling for the justice and who is seeking for justice. And of course, you know that the judiciary, there has been eyes on the judiciary of recent based on the judgments that has come out of the judiciary in a while now. So some of the lawyers and stakeholders who spoke to within the court premises say if Emefiele is trying to enter a plea bargain with government, that means it will compromise justice, and to the term of what justice is will really be compromised, because if someone is charged, and of course what he's being charged is what he did, and of course he should face the long arm of the law. But if he's entering a plea bargain, means that either the litigants have been compromised, just like you alluded to, and of course you also know that the judiciary as it stands today will now have a new Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, which some people are saying he's a man who knows the law very well, and maybe some people will be saying he will be there to sanitize the judicial system and of course purge the judicial system of some of the sins they brought on themselves. So definitely justice will be tampered if he's actually going to settle with the federal government by entering a plea bargain. That is known for sure. But then we will just have to hope that the new Attorney General who has come on board will sanitize the system, and of course the judiciary can begin to redeem its image.
Finally, Marvelous, how soon do you think this case will be concluded? He has asked for 2 weeks to see how to put his papers in order and probably settle out of court. But then how soon do you think that it would appear in court and probably this case will be concluded?
Well, of course, you know that this Emefiele's case has, brought a lot of interest, both for ordinary Nigerian on the streets who had felt, according to them, what the policies of the Central Bank of Nigeria did during the former president's administration. So anytime Emefiele is coming to court, there are other people who comes to court, to listen and see what is happening. So we may not know when he will be arraigned in court, but many Nigerians will be hoping that he comes to court as soon as possible, and then the case should be determined immediately, so everybody will know, the fate of the embattled CBN governor.
Marvelous Obomanu, thank you so much for giving us heads up as regards this particular story.